Welcome back. Today we're digging into something you might have seen popping up online, a jeweler called Adeline Jewelry based out of Toronto. They've been running this really big closing down forever sale, up to 70% off, lots of emotion tied into it. And the story's quite something. They talk about building a community over years, a mom needing to step back for family reason, selling off her handmade small batch pieces. And they claim, get this, 33,000 happy customers, perfect ratings. It really pulls you in, right? Makes you want to support them.
Exactly. And that combination, the urgency of a closing sale, plus that really personal, emotional story.
Yeah.
Well, that's precisely why we decided to take a closer look at the source material on this one.
Yeah.
Our goal was pretty straightforward. Peel back that layer of, wholesome small business energy and see what the actual business structure looks like underneath. Is it genuinely a local shop saying goodbye, or is it maybe a very well-crafted online sales tactic?
Okay, let's jump right in, because the first thing that flags serious questions is the timeline they present. It just doesn't seem to match the story. They talk about years building this community, but our sources found the website domain adelinejewelry.com. It was only registered about 3 months ago.
Yeah, 3 months, which is kind of stunning when you compare it to the narrative, isn't it?
Yeah.
Building trust in community takes time, usually years, but the entire online presence here seems to have sprung up very, very quickly. And there's more. They use privacy services to hide who registered the domain and the business address. Now, that's not automatically suspicious on its own. Lots of e-commerce sites do it. But when you put it together with everything else, it starts to form a pattern.
Right, the timeline's shaky. But that story, that connection, how did they build that so fast if it wasn't over years?
Well, this is where it gets really interesting and maybe a bit unsettling. Security analysis suggests the website content, the whole story, including that personal home corner origin tale. The bits about motherhood, working late nights, all of it appears to be generated by AI.
Wow, you mean like a computer wrote the heartfelt story about the mom closing her shop?
It looks that way. Not just the basic text, but the specific emotional language, the tone. It seems optimized to build trust and, frankly, bypass our usual skepticism.
So the entire human connection angle, the local shop feel, it's potentially built by an algorithm. What about those customer numbers? 33,000 happy customers. That sounds huge.
It does sound huge, but here's the catch. Most of those glowing reviews, they're almost exclusively on their own website, where they have full control. If you search for reviews on independent third-party sites, you find very few.
Yeah.
And the ones that do exist, they often paint let's say, a less positive picture, sometimes quite negative.
Ah, okay. So they control the narrative on their own terms.
Yes, exactly. These kinds of operations often pop up fast and try to make sales before too many external negative reviews can catch up and get indexed by search engines. Speed is key for them.
Okay, let's talk about the actual jewelry then. The photos look beautiful, very unique, like something made in a small studio.
They look great. But the investigation found those exact same product photos appearing in standard wholesale jewelry catalogs, the kind accessible to anyone.
So, not handmade in a Toronto home studio.
It seems highly unlikely. They appear to be mass-produced items that lots of different sellers could potentially access, which links directly to how they actually get the product to you. They mention using Canada Post, shipping from Toronto, but the processing times they list, plus other logistical flags, strongly suggest a dropshipping model.
Meaning the orders aren't actually shipped from Toronto.
Probably not. It looks much more like they take your order, then it gets fulfilled and shipped from an international warehouse, likely somewhere overseas. Classic dropshipping setup.
And that model usually involves what you called a supplier flip.
Right.
Can you explain that for listeners? What does that mean for the price you pay?
Absolutely. Basically, it's setting up a nice-looking online store, often using platforms like Shopify, to sell items sourced cheaply from overseas suppliers under a branded umbrella. The markup can be substantial. We're potentially talking about items that cost maybe $10 wholesale, being listed at, say, $130 full price. Then they offer that huge 70% off closing down discount, bringing it to maybe $40. You feel like you got a bargain.
But you're still paying 4 times the wholesale cost.
Precisely. The massive markup is built into the sale price from the start. It's always on sale.
So if the jewelry isn't unique or handmade and the brand is basically brand new, why the elaborate closing down forever story? Why the motherhood angle?
That's a classic conversion tactic. Creating urgency, limited time only, and tying it to an emotional hook like helping a mother transition. It's incredibly effective. It's a known strategy used by many online sellers, especially in things like jewelry dropshipping. It's designed to make you feel good about the purchase, lower your guard, and click buy quickly without too much thought.
It makes the transaction feel meaningful.
Exactly. Even if you're just buying a mass-produced item you could find elsewhere.
Okay, so let's sum this up for everyone listening. The takeaway seems to be that this emotional narrative, the farewell from a local artisan, illicit manufactured, what you're likely buying isn't supporting that story. It's marked up jewelry, probably mass-produced overseas, with quality likely similar to what you might find on, say, budget platforms like AliExpress or Temu, just at a much higher price point because of the branding and story.
That seems to be the picture, yes. And it leads to a final thought, really. If the domain is only 3 months old, and the narrative seems to be AI-generated, how much should we really trust the limited-time urgency of any online clearance sale that seems to run forever? That deeply emotional closing notice you see today. Well, chances are that farewell sale will still be running next month, just as urgent as ever. Always worth asking questions.